Everyone, welcome back to the series. In the last video, we created our post model and set up the resource, right? And handle the basic things about creating the forms and things like that. So now in this video, we are going to move ahead and cover three important things. First, we'll dive into enums in Laravel and Filament. Second, we will add some reorder functionality in our post resource and add custom actions on the post resource. And finally we will create a page resource in this video, but this time we will just extend our post resource instead of building everything from scratch, because everything is same. The only difference will be for us the type. So if it's the page type, then it should be automatically page or post. Only the difference is that. So but still we will create a new resource for that. So before we begin, I want to remind you that uh, all the useful information and the GitHub repository related to this playlist is in this article, and you will find the link in the description. Also, I highly recommend you to explore two articles where I have explained about enums in Laravel, how we can use enums in case of Laravel, their validation, how we can use them in route binding and other important things, as well as of course Filament, how we can use enums, how we can change their label, how we can uh, create, how we can show description in enum or icons in enum, colors in enum, that type of things. So let's get started. So first of all, let's start with the enum parts. So for now in our page we have two enums, right? The first thing is status and the second thing is type. So let's first move on the status part. So I think we have a post status enum where we have draft and published status, right? The first thing is, I think before that, so if I go to my form, and I have already used the post status here, and using default like this is not good. I should get from the default value like this, right? So if I go on new post, still I can see now draft. Perfect. The reason is that if we change that particular draft in future, then it will create a problem. But now if I want this draft to be drafted, or so yes, drafted, then there will be no any issue. We can still see the same thing because the value will be changed behind the scene, right? That's the useful of enums. And in future if I want to show, for example, scheduled, then as now it's easier for me to maintain. If I have created the enums in database level, then I need to recreate a migration file and change the migration from existing to new and then add the schedule on that part. But for now we can handle it directly from our system, right? Perfect. So the case while writing the enums keys, I think it's we need to, the recommended way is to write in the in Pascal case. So you can follow that. I have read that but I am not sure, but for me I find it easier to write as capital, uh, every letters in capital, but follow the recommended way. So now let's get how we can show the colors, right? So if you see here, the first thing, the status are still not seen normally, right? Because if I had told them here that the label should be always their capital one, right? I have used the str to upper, but still I can see the one that are the key. So to change that, the only thing that we need to do is we need to cast them here, protected dollar cast, and what I need to make is the status should always be post status class. So now if we have done this, and whenever if users try to add any other uh, status outside of this, of course currently we can't, but when we do select and if we change the value and send it, then it will throw an error, right? So now if I whenever I cast it, automatically the column should take the value. Perfect. You can see stat is now draft and published. To make you understand it more, what I will do is, let me add IT here. So now you can see draft IT, published IT. So if you want to change the label, now it's too easy, right? So similarly, let's work for the color. For color, you just need to implement as color, and then public function, you need to define the get color method, right? Return. So there are a lot of options while you write this, right? Either you can use each key and then match with key and return the color, or the best way will be using the match, where what we will do is for each key match this, right? For example, if the case is self draft, right? If the case is draft, then I want to show the warning color, right? If the case is suppose published, I want to show success. If the case is suppose scheduled, I want to show info, or let's say primary color, that is our main color. So now if I refresh here, it should not work, or it already worked. Perfect. You can see the draft and published are work. But if again, so if I go here, where is the status, yeah, here, if I will try to add badge, right? So whenever if its status, the label, it is automatically changed. If I will make it badge, then the badge will be also on the that particular color. Perfect, right? Draft is warning, published is in success. So that is what we want, and that is the use of this. So let me remove this. I don't want this, and I don't want this for now, because for now we just have post status. So same for, let's quickly do for type. So if we go on post type, I can just copy these methods, I think, and I'll paste it here, right? So I need to implements the first thing that I need to implement is as label, and then second thing is as color, and I think I need to import this, right? And then the first thing will be post, the second thing is page for me. Okay, suppose for post I want to show the primary color, and for paste I want to show the success color. So if I refresh here, no, the thing is I have not cast it yet, right? So I can say type, the type also should always be in post type class. That's it. Post is here, page is there. So now what I can do is, if I go here and I can make it as badge. That's it. So in this way we can use enums, right? For now, for our project, I think this is much more enough, but you can also see here like how we can show icons, description, and all type of things, and explore that on your own. So let's move ahead, and okay, let's create the filter now, right? From status, and we will try to use those enum in filter. So to make a filter, we just need to go to our filter. So remember that we are creating a filter that is select one, right? So for that we will use select filter. make I can say resource dot post dot filter dot status, right? The label is that, okay. And then here I can pass options, and for options I can use my same the same post status. So whenever I use this post status, how the data come? So if you have this simply thing, the key will be this and the value will be the label. So it will be like in array, it should be like draft, and since we have str2 upper, so it will be draft, right? Similarly published, and then published in caps lock capital. So now if I refresh here, and now I can see it's draft if it's published. Now I need to apply filters. Let's see. Okay, we have something error now. Okay, let's check it. Post table, we have used the post status. Okay, let me just change the status here, and I can say label the thing. The name is too long there. Resource dot post dot filters dot status, right? So let's try published. Now you can see it's published. I can see the published one. If I choose draft, I can see the draft one. Now in future, if I want to add the same case, now I add new one. Sorry, I am always confused on these two value. In now again, if I add the scheduled, right? I don't need to change anything anywhere, right? And now you can see I can easily get those data. So this is the use of enums, right? So that we are independent and the source of value truth will be in a single place. Perfect. So after that, I think that's good for us. So let's check how we can use the reorder field, right? So if you see our create post table, we have a sort column. So now to use this, it's simple. We just n reorderable in our table, right? And the column is sort. So if I refresh here, now I can see the reorderable icon. If I click on here, everything will be showing. Then I can easily move up and down. So once I do that, what I want to do is I want to sort my table on the basis of that. So I can say default sort, that should be on the basis of sort, and direction should be ascending. So if I refresh now, see, I will take this up, click refresh, category post, that's it. So in this way we can implement the reorderable feature. So now what if we want to change the status to published, from published to draft, or draft to publish? So for that I think we can create an action that will toggle the status. The first thing is we can go here, or not now, okay. We'll create a quick edit function. If you have seen WordPress admin panel, there in that we have a quick edit function where we can quickly edit titles, slot, categories, and status type of thing. We'll explore that part in that part, right? We'll explore that. So after that, let's go and create the page resource. So for that, we will not create any migration file because the model will be only post. So PHP make filament resource page. Title is title. No, I don't want to generate anything. No, nothing. I don't want anything. So if I go here in my page resource, so the first thing is it is model. So we don't want model to be page. I want model to be post because I don't have page model. So if I refresh here, now I can see this is my page model, right? So of course one is wrong because I am using post as a model, so I have post here. So what now? Again I need to configure the form and that thing. No, what we can do is instead of extending this resource, we can directly extend our post resource, right? So that is the main thing I want to teach you here. So now if I refresh here, still you cannot see any changes. Perfect. So let me go in copy. Let me just copy these three methods, right? And then it should be page, it should be also page, and it should be also page first of all. So now you can see I have page here, I have post here, but what is the use then, right? So let me go to page resource. So if I'm using form method, I am overriding the base form method. Remember that if I am using this form method, I am overriding that and I am using the configure of my own. I am calling my own form. So instead of that, if I remove this, then what will happen? It will automatically take the form from this method. So if I refresh here, let me go here, that's it. You can see, I can see now automatically I am on page model, right? So, let me first go here, and then I think let me just copy this page resource. Let me close this, right? Let me make it page, and let me make the navigation to page, so it will be clear. Okay, so now you can see I am in the page resource. Similarly, now if I go here, same, I don't want to configure my table because I want to use the existing table directly. That's it. Refresh. That's all. Now you can see if I go to my post, I can see I go to my page, I can see the page, but I can see the data in both cases. But see, the difference is in both cases I want to filter the records, right? Because here I want to show only the posts that are page, and here I want to show only the posts that are type of post. The first thing is that. So how we can do that? Now there is nothing we don't want to change anything. Let's change it to maybe bookmark icon. Okay, it's perfect. So you can see in my page I have all the functionality, the same filter. Now I don't need to work anything for that, right? So now I think the only thing that is missing on our side is how we can change the data now, the resource. So if I go to post resource, we all have one method, function get eloquent query. Return, here what we can see is return query, not query, we'll call the parent eloquent query, right? And here we can filter where type, what should be the type? It should be from our post type, our enum, and it should be post, right? So here you can see the return type is, I am not returning get or first or anything, because the return type is builder, not the collection. Remember that. So for now I am changing that in post resource. So if I go to post resource, now you can see I can only see the post type. If I make it page and refresh, I can page type of content. Perfect. But if I go to page, same here, I can see post resource, because I am, for me the parent resource is post resource, right? And I am calling the parent resource eloquent query, which is of course I am calling this resource query. Even though if I copy this and let me paste it here, and let me builder. Okay, so if I create, let me just import this post type page. So now why I can't see any pages? See, if I go to post, there is post. Okay, it's fine. And here you can see I have a page, but I have filtered with page, and there was one content with that page, right? But I can't see that. The thing is, here I am calling its parent eloquent query, right? And my parent is post resource, and in parent I am already filtering from post type. So it means this is, the query is like this. It is first filtering with post, and out of those records it is again filtering those records with page type. So of course it is not workable. So here what I can say do is I can call my post and say where type page. Refresh. Now I can see. Perfect. Now I can see type page, type post. So I think now to show this type in each column, I don't think it's useful. So now for that I can go to my base table, which is post resource table, and change comment the type for now, right? Because it's already post and page. Okay, perfect. But now at least what I want is, there are two ways to do this. Okay, now for to create the post, the first thing is we already have type page and post here. The first option is in our create page here, it's create post. I can say $data type equals to post, is post type, right? Post type. Now I can say post here. Similarly I can, in my page create page, I can say $data post, sorry, at least I need to call that method, my bad. Let me just copy this here and let me paste it here and say the post type should be page, right? So now if I will do this, I don't think there is any use to show the form of to choose, to make user choose that, right? So if I also clear that, so this is post, let's say post type content, right? Post, nothing else to do. If I will create this, okay, I'm back to the post. I can see the it in the post. If I go in the post page, I can click here and let me create page type, page resource. Okay, nothing else. If I will create that, see, it is automatically the page type content. So if I go back to post, there is no page type of content. So we are using the same form, same model, same database, everything is same, but we are using two different resources just by changing a little bit, right? So this is sometimes useful. So Let me show you another option for this. Suppose this is not relevant, I will just remove when I am pushing the code. This will be the final code, but if I want to pass the parameters through URL, I have used this type of feature in some of the project that I have did, because it is quite important sometimes, right? Suppose I have the form, and the thing that I want to teach you here is how we can make sure that exactly the term that we pass in our params should be the default value. For example, if I go here, if I am on page, it should be page. If I am on post, it should be post. So here you can see by default it is page. So instead of that, what's wrong here? Okay, no problem. So in my list page here, you can see I have a create action. Similarly in my post page, let me go. I think for page it's page. Okay, we don't need to change anything. Let's suppose whenever I am in post, at least I want to pass here like maybe type equals to post, and with that type I want to get that automatically fill it, right? So first I will show you access that, and then I will show you how we can send that. For example, I am here, I am sending it as a get params, right? So here in the post type, what I can do is request param, request query. The query name is type. If there is request query type, so if there is this type, it should be the default, else post type. Let's see, type post. If I will do type equals to page, see, this is how we can say this is page now. So by default it will be page. If I will not send anything, it will be page. Perfect. If I will send type equals to post, it will reflect as post. Perfect. So now, but we are not going to type ourselves manually, right? How we can change it? So to change it, it is very simple. So this is our list page, right? This is the action, that is create action. So here we can change its URL. Of course, for URL we are going to use post resource, right? Post resource get URL create. By default the URL is this only, right? So the post resource, okay, create. So now after that we can pass the params here like this. So if we are accessing that params, then it's okay, otherwise it will be automatically in the form field. If that is in the route, it will be mapped to that, else it will be automatically in the query. So for now I will say type should be post. So let's go back, let me click here, that's it, type post. Same thing you can do in the, you can just copy this and in the list page you can just change this to page, and of course I am going to my page resource here. So if I click here, you can in new post, I am in post, similar in page, I am in page. So this is just for teaching you how we can send manual in the route and access that. So I'm just removing this part for now, because we are already using that thing in the another approach, so I don't need this. Perfect. This much for this video. So in the next video we'll explore how we can create post and categories relation, right? Which is, we have already said we will be using the belongs to many relation. So let's meet on the next video. Thank you guys.